Hey there guys, what is going on? It is Galeriot here, back on the 5-9 Gaming mobile channel with some more Dokkan battle news, and today we have the EZAs officially announced, and boy oh boy was it a surprise as to what we got. You guys can see it on your screens right now. Goresh the homie, of course, dropping them translations. Today with me we have Trocho as well. Say hello, mate.
Caroli.
Caroli, that's all you have to
All
say.
I gotta say is Caroli.
Yeah, I'm actually astounded that we're getting the Fusion EZAs, considering, we thought Fusions was dead in the water for Dokkan pretty much. But yeah, here we are. Now, this is big news for me personally because my first SSR was actually a Fusions unit. So this is very, very exciting personally. It isn't Pandel, but we will start off with Pandel. Pandel's new passive is attack and defense 150. All allies attack and defense 30%. A bit disappointing she doesn't have that key, of course, giving out to the allies, but it's all good. Gain an additional attack and defense 10% and chance to evade enemy attacks 7% per Fusions category ally on the team. Her SA causes supreme damage and lowers attack and defense. Choco, Pandel, how do you feel about her?
Pretty good. I don't actually know their stats, so it's kind of hard to tell how good they're going to be, because Caroli, spoiler, has really good stats, or has a really good passive, but DKP had that back in the day, so it looks like they're going to be really good, but they might only cap out like a 3 million attack stat, which still,
it's really good. Yeah.
But
I mean, especially for a subunit. Yeah, she's still a subunit. I think that evasion will help her out a lot, her being a support as well. And on top of that, she's a fusions unit, right? So you're going to be using her on a fusions team anyways, primarily. I doubt you're going to be using her on a Peppy Gals team or anything of that sort, like especially with her passive, right? So she is going to still be somewhat, I wouldn't say limited. Her passive is really good nonetheless. It's 180% attack and defense, including the support passive, right? But I agree with you. It depends on the stats, and I think that's one consensus I think both of us have. I mean, I can pretty much just check it right now. Troco, if you could look up like what's the stat gains for each EZA unit. I could look it up on my phone because I have Dokkan on my phone right now. I have no idea. Yeah, I mean, just look up on the wiki while we're talking about it. But yeah, I mean,
what do I even search for that?
I don't know. EZA stats gained by a Dokkan unit. There you go. Look it up. All right.
Why might not have it into my taskbar?
I don't know. All right. Next up, we have the unit that I'm most excited about, Popan. She's actually my first ever SSR that I had gotten when I started playing Dokkan Battle. And yeah, so basically her passive is kind of similar to Pandel, but in the sense of like, she's more herself than actually supporting her allies. So what she does is attack and defense 150%, gains an additional attack and defense 30% per fusion category ally attacking in the same turn, excluding self. So that would be basically 60% bonus to her passive. All allies keep +3 when HP is at 30% or above. High chance for attacks to be effective against all types, and then a high chance to guard against all attacks. She raises her attack and defense for 1 turn and causes supreme damage on SA. Choco, what do you think about this one?
I think it's good-ish, and then high chance to guard is like worthless, and then the 3 key for Pandel, her not supporting with key is fine. I know people are probably gonna be like, oh, she doesn't give support in her key, but Fusion team doesn't need it because they're all gonna be having an overflow of key anyways.
Exactly.
But giving key is nice because you're really not gonna drop below 30% HP that often, but I don't like high chance to guard. Just
yeah. That is a 50 high chance is 50% if I'm not mistaken, right? So I mean,
yeah,
I have to agree with that. I know a lot of people are like, oh, you it's still a chance. You mean you'll still get it, right? And I say the same thing. And I remember every time somebody says that, I think back to when Truth raced Nano in that one video where he had UI Goku, and two runs in that race, he didn't get any dodge at all. And that's the reason why I always don't like chances to dodge or guard, because I just feel like it ends up becoming kind of worthless in my opinion, because if that doesn't pop up,
on it.
Yeah, you can't rely on it. You kind of have to pray and hope that it works, otherwise kind of a flop there in my opinion. Next up, we obviously have Barlow, of course. Randomly changes the type of key sphere, excluding STR, to STR key sphere, so he's an STR key changer. Gain an attack and defense 30% per key sphere obtained. Gain an additional attack and defense 30%. And chance to perform a critical hit 15% when collecting 3 or more key spheres, which he'll most likely get no matter what because of him changing those key spheres. Gain a high chance to perform an additional super attack when collecting 5 or more key spheres. And then he gains an additional attack and defense 30% and chance to perform a critical hit 15% when collecting 7 or more key spheres. He greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn and causes supreme damage. The SA aside, The passive is he's pretty much an nuker at the core, right? And I kind of like the differences that they've given to each one, and it's not like just a standard like, oh, 4 key or higher, and if you don't get it, good luck kind of thing. And the fact that he changes key spheres himself, he's kind of supporting himself. I think that's really good. Trocho, what do you think about Barlow?
I hope he's good in the punching bag event.
That would be very nice.
About it.
That would be very nice. I mean, you're probably gonna be able to get that 7 or more key spheres, especially if you have another key changer in your team, right? An STR1 at least. Thankfully, it does seem like he doesn't specifically need STR key spheres. Obviously, him changing 2 STR key spheres is probably going to be the thing anyways, right? But I think this is still very solid overall. I don't think he's bad at all. Let's move on to the next one. I think this one is the most hype one, arguably, in the fusion set. Even though he has probably the smallest passive in the list, it is Karoli. Attack and defense 260%, performs an additional attack that has a great chance to become a super attack, and then he gains an additional 59% attack if the targeted enemy is in the stun status. His SA just causes supreme damage with a high chance to stun, so it kind of helps himself. Trocho, like you said, he has a really good passive, but it comes down to his stats, right? Which, by the way, have you looked into that potentially?
I have not. I've been on Legends. Let me open up Dokkan.
All right.
Oh yeah, so I did look into it and I couldn't find it on the wiki. But I clicked easy and not easy and I couldn't see a difference. Maybe I'm stupid. But it goes from like 17,960 HP to like 22,000. So 5,000 maybe? I don't know. I think it's like 5,000 or no, I don't. Gail, I'm not a math guy, all right?
All right. You know what? I'm gonna look up Gohan, because the thing is, we have Gohan up. Obviously, he's got an easy as well, even though they haven't shown it here. Let me look up at some other easier unit. Let me look at Fierce Battle, and I'll look up a certain easier unit, and then we can see the stats, because the stats that an easier unit gets is the same across the board, right? So let me just have a look. We'll have a look at it. We'll see what it is. Which one of these units have easy 8 in the last couple of months now? You. Why not? Let's look at you. All right. Extreme Z Awaken. All right. Stats are here. So this is at okay. So these are the stats. So 16,978 for a Goku. It's jumped up by nearly what is effectively 3,000. Sorry, what was this? 3,500 or something like that. Wait. What's the maths on this one?
Gail, I'm just going to go to Curly's card.
Yes.
His attack is 13,000.
Yes.
4,900 or 13,495.
Yep.
14,000 HP and 9,000 defense. His defense will be fine. His attack is going to be, I believe, actually pretty decent. He'll be closing on like, what, 15k? 15, 16, something like that.
Something like that.
He's fine.
Yeah.
His stats don't seem bad.
Yeah, and 260% attack and defense, that is ridiculous, right? It's going to be insane. I think, obviously, we should consider his defense more so, because that's going to be the big noting point to see where he'll be at the start of turn, right? Because he's got no additional defense. He's not going to get anything. What he has as the 260% is going to be what he gets. So, Trocho, thinking of that, what do you think about him?
He awakens with Dokkan Fest medals and has Shattering the Limit. His link set is kind of weird. No, prepared for battle.
He has thin lineage.
He's gonna link. Yeah, that is true. He's just a weird unit in a spot with a good passive. I don't know how, not viable, but how viable he will be actually on like a lot of teams. He'll definitely be good, but I feel it's gonna be a similar Videl situation.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like, yeah, Vidal's really good, but he's only on Fusion and Crossover, and Fusion, better options. Like, it's not even on pure Saiyan, man.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, Fusion units, unless they fuse from the get-go, or fuse before, like Goku and Vegeta units and stuff like that, and Kale and Caulifla units, I doubt they're on pure, none of the other Fusion units are on pure Saiyan, so unfortunately, that's just something that these guys will have to deal with. Yeah, Crossover as well, you're probably not going to use him there. I'd be safe to say, it'll be safe to say, I should say. Overall, I think he's gonna be decent, but we'll have to wait and see in game. I mean, if you guys know and can do the math, you know, the APT and DPT boys, you guys can just put it in the comment section. We'd be interested to see what they can actually output. Finally, the big one that we've been waiting for is not Legends, frick Legends right now. It's Future Gohan. Future Gohan leads the Future category, of course, and it's 170 across the board. For the record, he was 130 and 170, so they literally just bumped up his HP to 170. That means from here on out, if there's any unit that's 130 to 170 split, they will become 170 across the board, which is huge, right, Choco? Because you've got S tier.
Yeah.
Look at S tier Ultimate Gohan. He's going to be 170 across the board for Hybrid Saiyans. That's a Tech Ultimate Gohan buff if I've ever seen it. I must admit.
170 attack for hybrids, we're pogging, dude.
I mean, you're not wrong, bro. But yeah, it's going to be absolutely insane. Even what's his face? SSB E Vegeta, 170 across the board for pure Saiyans. That's something to be on the lookout for. So his passive is attack 158% start of turn. He raises defense up to 158%, the less HP remaining, the greater the defense boost. He reduces damage straight up by 30% and then further reduces damage received by 7% at start of every turn, up to 28%. And then he gains an additional attacking defense 120 and a medium chance to perform a critical hit if there is a character whose name includes Trunks on the Future Saga category attacking in the same turn. His SA greatly raises attacking defense for one turn and causes immense damage. Trocho, your thoughts, mate?
Really good. He's finally a good unit again. I mean, because he was still usable. Like,
Yeah.
he wasn't like useless before his EZA, but now I'm gonna actually use him for more than like a couple niche categories in the Legendary Goku event, and even then I had to protect him pretty hardcore.
Yeah.
He was more of like I don't have a better
unit.
option.
Yeah, he's the third slot
Yeah.
unit basically that you needed to bring on as an extra option. I agree with you. I think he was still decent in those events, especially when he would get that ramp up from the damage received, right? He would get up to 50%. I think that was really good. This will just help him out a lot more now that he can get up to 58%. It's an extra 8%, but still it'll be super nice, especially start of turn he gets that 30% damage reduction. Obviously, my only issue with this is the fact that you have to have lesser HP to get that max defense boost, right, Choco? Overall,
Yeah.
still fine though. I mean, you're gonna be hovering in and around the 50 to 70% range of the HP remaining, right? Which is fine.
Oh,
Well, go ahead.
one thing is because he 150% attack, and with the second part of his passive, 120% attack and defense with Trunks. Keep in mind the Tech Super Saiyan Trunks that recently EZA'd. Like defensively, this guy's really good, but offensively, I think this guy greatly raising. He's actually going to probably be like, I don't know if he's going to be offensively or defensively better. Like he could be hitting like 7 million attack sets like pretty easily. Just
No, it's
he
not
looks really
impossible.
insane.
Yeah, it's not impossible, to be honest, and I think that's going to be insane because he also has a medium chance to perform a critical hit. So arguably, you're going to want to build him now in the form of an additional attacker rather than a critical hitter.
I mean, he
Assuming...
always did because he raised attack and defense. He always wanted to build him with additional.
Well, yeah, but it was
man.
only for like a turn. It was only for a turn.
Yeah, you silly boy. It's still only a turn, but you still did it because he was defensive. You silly man, Gale.
Yeah, true, very true. I shouldn't have doubted that, actually. That is very true. Now I have to use one Dragonstone per node. But no, I don't think it's as bad as people may perceive it to be, the Trunks on the Future Saga category, because that's one concern I immediately raised to Trocho. But thinking about it, there are so many Trunkses now. I mean, there's Trunkses generally everywhere in Dokkan that are on the Future Saga category, but you have the old Trunks, the transforming Trunks that we got with Zamasu, the dual Dokkan Fest one. You have the recently EZA'd one. You have the recently the recent Dokkan Fest one, the Agile transforming one from the Mecha Frieza saga, I suppose you can call it. There's a lot of Trunks, and I don't think that part is as bad as people may perceive it to be. And I mean, if you look at the categories he's on, Hybrid Saiyans, you're probably going to run a Trunks there. Future Saga, Trunks is there. Goku's family, he's not going to have a Trunks on, unfortunately. If I'm not mistaken, I don't think there's a Trunks on Goku's family as far as I know. Super Saiyans, Trunks is going to be there. Android Cell Saga, Trunks is going to be there. Bond of Master and Disciple, Trunks is going to be there. All Out Struggle, I'm not sure. Connected Hope, I know Trunks is there. Actually, let me just check. Is Trunks in this category? Can't see one. Can you see one? No, there isn't. Okay, so
Trunks and what team?
All Out Struggle. I have it on screen right now. It's...
All Out Struggle. No, Sag.
No. Yeah, so only Goku's family and All Out Struggle, you're going to be missing a Trunks. Otherwise, you're going to have Trunks in all categories, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So, I think that's fine. I think that's really good. A little bit limiting in that sense, I feel. I do agree. Let me see if Gresha said, no, he's still nothing there. I thought there was another tweet there, maybe of some new unit or something that we missed out entirely. But no, I think this is fine. Trocho, your final thoughts on these EZAs? I like them all. I really do like them all.
Yeah, very, very unexpected for the fusions to get EZAs. Chow Man, his time is coming up one day.
Oh, I hope.
Future Gohan was pretty expected. So I'm very happy he got his, and now we have a reveal in a couple hours. But this video will be up by then.
Yes.
So technically nothing we say is outdated quite yet, unless I tweet it out in 26 minutes.
Yep, agreed. I do think, you know, I'm glad that Fusions is finally getting their buff. I mean, I'm hoping that, you know, the others get their Dokkan Awakening, like Chowman, there's Virus, and other members that we're still waiting Dokkan Awakenings for. Maybe there might be a Fusions Banner Part 2, who knows? Possibly. We'll find out, obviously. Maybe, hey, you never know, maybe the Dual Dokkan Fest is a fusion set of units, maybe, who knows. Thank you, Trocho, for joining in on this video. Appreciate it. Let us know in the comments, what do you guys think of these units. Leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and we will see y'all in the next one. Take it easy, everybody. Bye bye.